Cartel too. Cartel grows weed up there too.
The Cartel grows weed in California?
Oh yeah.
That's what I wanted to ask you was about the Cartel. Do you think that they're really gonna...
That one was Humboldt, the one you guys are asking.
There was Humboldt.
Oh shit. Okay. There we go. You're right.
Yeah, they grow all the weed, son.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there's a dude named John Norris who's been on the podcast. He wrote a book called Hidden Wars, and he was a game warden. So he's just thinking he's going to go around checking fishing licenses and shit like that. And then one day they find a creek that's been diverted, so they have to follow the creek. They thought maybe a farmer had dammed the creek somewhere and done something to get water illegally. He goes up there and he finds these PVC pipes and it reads this giant grow-op. And it's all cartel guys. And so this guy's job changes from being a game warden, let me check your fishing line, to running a fucking tactical unit. They had attack dogs. They had fucking shootouts with the cartel in the woods over weed. Because here's what happened. California made weed legal in the state, but made growing it a misdemeanor if you grow it illegally.
Okay.
If you are a person who's doing it legally, you can grow it and you can sell it if you have a license. You can open up a shop and you can sell it. They tax the shit out of it. It's great for everybody. But the problem is you made growing it illegally a misdemeanor. So then the cartel just starts growing it everywhere in the national forests because even if the guys get arrested, nothing happens. It's a misdemeanor. So it's nothing. Yeah. So they're using these crazy toxic poison pesticides, all this shit that's totally illegal to use on regular crops in America. And 90% of the illegal weed that's being bought around the country is coming from them.
Holy shit, I didn't know that.
And they're doing it all in national forests, and they're doing most of it in California. Dude, they find these girls. My friend found one. You know him, Cody.
Oh, yeah.
He found a fucking grow-out on Tejon Ranch.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, my gosh, that's right.
Yes, he found a cartel grow-up on Tejon Ranch where this guy carried in pipes on his shoulder
and diverted
deep into the woods, diverted a stream. Dude. And then there was this whole field of weed that these guys had planted out there. They were camping out there. They had little religious symbols and shit they kept by their bed to protect them, like the Virgin Mary and shit.
What do you think? I've heard this. This is what I want to talk to you about because it pertains to the cartel. It's like, what do you think about releasing SEAL Team 6 and Delta Force on the cartels? What do you think that looks like?
Well, I think you've solved one problem.
Okay. What's the problem?
You no longer have distribution, but you still have a demand.
You still have a demand.
Yeah. The real problem is there's always going to be a demand. The real problem, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that idea, by the way.
Okay.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
But the problem with that idea is you're always going to have a demand. And if you're going to have a demand, someone's going to fulfill that demand. And who the fuck is that going to be? How are they going to get the coke in? You're not going to just not have coke. So here's the question. By having prohibition of alcohol in the United States, it's widely agreed that led to the rise of the mafia.
Right.
Bootleggers, the mafia, criminal organizations that were organized crime that went on to do a bunch of other horrible things inside our country, and they were built up with money because alcohol was illegal. The moment alcohol stopped being illegal, you still have these people with all this money now. You fucked up. Now they're organized gangsters, and now, okay, alcohol's legal now, so they're just going to sell it legally.
Right.
And they have millions and millions of dollars from a life of crime. You've already done that with the cartel. You got to do something. You got to do something. And you probably also should legalize drugs. I don't think you should take drugs. I think coke is probably terrible for almost everybody. I think meth is probably terrible.
Do people still do cocaine? I thought,
absolutely.
Really?
Yeah,
like it's really a thing
I know
still?
people who do it. The growing Chinese investment in illegal American weed. Of course. Why wouldn't they get in on it?
Check out this number that it says here. Of the 2,000, of the 800 farms, the OBS in Oklahoma, the Oklahoma Bureau of Narcotics has shut down in the last 2 years. 75% were linked to China.
Oh my God, China's growing weed here. They're growing weed here. Oh my God.
I was thinking about that
Wizards.
I was thinking about this from the thought exercise where I'm like, because I know these units. I'm intimately familiar with them. Bro. If we declare war on the cartel, like these dudes are not going to understand what the fuck is going on.
No, of course not.
They are going to be, because God,
you'll
God
stop the
bless those
distribution.
guys.
That's going to be
They are in for a world of like ultra violence they've never actually felt before, because obviously this is a very capable ultra violent organization. They have fucking no clue if we organize these tier 1 units against them. This is going to be what I would be doing if I was down there. I'd be like, I know all those shoe boxes in my fucking, my walls that I'm going to have to collect up. I'd be getting ready to retire right now. That's what I would be doing. Because if Delta Force was hunting me, bro, I would be so terrified.
Is that a real thing that they've proposed doing?
Yes, that is a real thing.
Who proposed that?
I'm almost positive either JD or Trump had said something with the new guy from ICE, like we're going to mobilize tier 1 units against the cartel. The only thing I thought was like, retire. If you guys got some money, man, I would like put that away. Yeah. Like maybe move Jamaica. I don't know, go somewhere. Yeah, buy a restaurant. Like try to go legit, because
go legit,
dude. If those guys are hunting you, by the way, like you're done. You're fucking done.
And it's a weird thing that's going on right at our border.
It's so strange.
Weird thing. Because it's so close to us, and it's so ultra-violent and dangerous, and it's just completely shaped the way the entire economy of the country works. They have so much power and control, and it's a criminal organization that is almost entirely, at least, funded by us, by our desired. Trump declares war on cartels. President-elect said notorious crime syndicates and drug kingpins will never sleep soundly again once he launches his plans to tackle the issue.
I've thought about this for a long time, where I'm like, if they turned loose Delta Force and SEAL Team 6 on cartels and pedophiles, we could just kind of like erase the problem in about 2 years. It's be gone.
He wants to send troops to Mexico. He said we make appropriate use of special forces, cyber warfare, and other overt and covert actions to inflict maximum damage on cartel leadership, infrastructure, and operations. Oh, Jesus. Bro, it is going to get wild come January 20th.
It's going to get wild, man.
It is going to get wild. Very interesting. But the thing is, like, people, inaction is action as well when it comes to this. Like, you're going to continue to prop them up. They're going to get more and more power and more money. And we got to figure out why everybody wants Coke. What the fuck is it?
You think it's Coke?
I think that's the big one. I'm pretty sure it's the big one. I'm sure a lot of it is pills. They have fake pills. Like, they sell, like, street pills. Different like anti-anxiety medications, Molly. There's a lot of stuff they sell that's also laced up with fentanyl, which is responsible for who knows how many tens of thousands of.
It's like 200,000 people is what they're saying. Is that fentanyl is responsible for that?
Crazy high.
It's insane.
It's a horrific thing, and it's gotten to the point where people are scared to try any kind of drug because they're thinking fentanyl. They found fentanyl in weed.